Top 10 Biggest Contracts in WNBA History. Over the past several years, the WNBA has become the focus of more basketball fans than ever before. Specifically, its popularity has surged in the past year following the entrance of some of its biggest names into the league, to the likes of Caitlin Clark, Angel Reese, Cameron Brink, and more. While the league has yet to be profitable, its financial situations have not prevented teams from handing out juicy contracts to its largest stars. The highest contract in WNBA history has yet to exceed 7 figures in total value. But if the league's popularity and revenue continue to increase, that will soon be not only a possibility, but a reality. WNBA stars have showcased their diverse basketball ability on the court, which has led to them receiving large contracts. The following are the 10 biggest contracts in the history of the WNBA. 10. Kelsey Mitchell, $618,000. Mitchell has the 5th highest active contract in the WNBA. Rounding out the top 10 of the WNBA's largest contracts is that of Kelsey Mitchell. The Indiana Fever guard is currently on a 3-year, $618,000 contract which she signed in 2022 and runs through 2025. The two-time All-Star in 2023 and 2024 was drafted 2nd overall by the Fever in the 2018 WNBA draft. She made her debut for the team in that year and has been a force in the league since, leading to her signing the aforementioned contract to remain with the Fever and serve as one of the league's highest-paid stars. Kelsey Mitchell, WNBA career stats. 9. Marina Mabrey, $620,000. Mabrey has the 4th highest active contract in the WNBA, the 9th highest contract in the history of the WNBA, and 4th highest of the currently active contracts, belongs to Marina Mabrey. She made her debut with the Sparks in 2019 and was traded to the Dallas Wings in 2022. In 2023, she was traded to the Chicago Sky as part of a 4-team trade. She then signed a 3-year, $620,000 contract in the 2023 offseason, which will run through 2026. It is the 9th richest contract in WNBA history and the 4th richest active contract. Marina Mabrey, WNBA career stats. 8. Brittney Griner, $664,544. Griner once had one of the largest contracts in league history. When the name Brittney Griner comes to mind, it is impossible to avoid her controversial detainment in a Russian prison for the majority of 2022. But on the court, Griner cemented herself as one of the league's greats, and that is why she received a massive contract. She was selected 1st overall by the Mercury back in 2013 and led them to a title in 2014. She was suspended in 2015 due to domestic violence and missed the entire 2022 season due to her imprisonment. But 2017 was when she signed the multi-year $664,554 contract with the Mercury, thanks to her elite basketball skills that have led her to become a 10-time All-Star. She is currently playing with the Mercury on a 1-year, $150,000 contract. Brittney Griner, WNBA career stats.
7. Sue Bird,
$673,000. The 4-time champion had the 7th highest contract in WNBA history. One of the most iconic names in women's basketball history, Sue Bird dominated the league for 20 seasons with the Seattle Storm. She won 4 titles with the Storm in 3 different decades, the only WNBA player in history to do so. And she owned the now 4th highest contract in its history by February 2016. Bird had led the Storm to 2 titles in 2004 and 2010. That is when she signed the huge contract to return to the Storm, which paid dividends for both her and the team. They would go on to win 2 more titles in 2018 and 2020, and she retired in 2022 as one of the league's legends. Sue Bird, WNBA career stats. 6. Erich Ogunbo, $725,952. Ogunbo has the 6th highest contract in WNBA history, worth $725,952. Another contract that is currently active, Erich Ogunbo signed the 4th highest contract in WNBA history just last year in 2023. The contract is a 3-year deal set to expire after the 2025 season. Like Natasha Howard, Ogunbo's contract is with the Dallas Wings. She was the 5th overall pick by the Wings in the 2019 WNBA draft and has stuck with them ever since. This past season, Ogunbo averaged 23.9 points, 4.7 rebounds, and 5.1 assists per game, while shooting 36.5% from the field and 34.5% from three-point range. Erich Ogunbo, WNBA career stats. 5. Alyssa Thomas, $836,000. Thomas has the fifth highest contract in WNBA history, worth $836,000. The third highest contract in WNBA history belongs to Alyssa Thomas, and it is worth $836,000. Currently playing for the Connecticut Sun, Thomas is a four-time All-Star, steals leader, and rebounding champion. Thomas was drafted by the Liberty in 2014, but was traded to the Sun that same day, where she has remained since. She re-signed to the Sun on a multi-year deal in 2018, and then in 2021, signed her current massive contract, which is a four-year deal similar to Natasha Howard's. Alyssa Thomas, WNBA career stats. 4. Natasha Howard, $898,700. Howard has the highest active contract and fourth highest contract of all time. Natasha Howard has the second highest contract in WNBA history, worth a total of $898,700. It is a four-year contract signed in 2021 and is also the highest active contract in the WNBA currently. Howard was drafted by the Indiana Fever in 2014, but saw the most success with the Minnesota Lynx, where she was traded in 2017. She won a title with them in 2018 and then was traded to the Storm, where she won another title that year. In 2021, she signed a four-year contract with the New York Liberty worth $898,700, with an average annual value of $224,675, which is not the highest, that belongs to Jackie Young. Just 2 years in, however, she was traded to the Dallas Wings, where she currently plays. Natasha Howard, WNBA career stats. 3. Skyler Dike, $899,000. Smith has the third highest contract in league history, right after Dawn. Skyler Dike was drafted right after Dawn in the 2013 WNBA draft by the Tulsa Shock, now the Dallas Wings. In March 2016, right after the Shock became the Wings, Smith signed the extension with them, which ended up being a max contract. After her time with the Wings, Smith was acquired by the Mercury in 2020 and is currently playing for the Seattle Storm. One of the most successful players in WNBA history, Smith is a six-time All-Star but has yet to win a championship.
2. Elena Del Don,
$899,200. Don has the second biggest contract in WNBA history. Elena Del Don has the second highest contract in the history of the WNBA, worth $899,200, slightly less than Bonner's. Dawn was drafted by the Chicago Sky in 2013 with the second overall pick. She led the team to the finals in 2014, where they were defeated by Bonner and the Mercury. She was then traded to the Washington Mystics in 2017, and 2 years later she would win the title with them in 2019.
Elena Del Don, WNBA career stats.
1. DeWanna Bonner, $899,480. DeWanna Bonner has the biggest contract in league history. The biggest contract in the history of the WNBA is worth a grand total of $899,480, and it is owned by DeWanna Bonner. Bonner was the first to sign her contract, as she made her debut the earliest of the three players. She was drafted 5th overall in the 2009 WNBA draft by the Phoenix Mercury, and won 2 championships with them in her first year, 2009, and in 2014. She is currently in the latter stages of her career, where she plays for the Connecticut Sun. Her massive contract was one of a time prior, when she was on the Mercury. She is currently playing for the Sun on a 1-year, $200,000 contract. DeWanna Bonner, WNBA career stats.
Thanks for watching. Like and subscribe for daily updates.